Hello everybody, it's Kate, the West Coast Paper Crafter. You are joining me, possibly live, September 22nd at 7 p.m. Pacific time for a Good Vibes Only card. I'm really excited to share this one with you guys. I've had this set of dies for months and it's just been collecting dust, but it's super fun. And I thought, why have I not used it? So I thought before I get into some autumn themed cards, today would be a really good day to share with you some inspiration with the Sunshine Vibes dies, because let me tell you, friends, they're really fun. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kate. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on Vancouver Island in Canada. I do this part-time. It's kind of my hobby. It's my fun little side crafty gig, and I love it. I've met so many people through Stampin' Up! And through crafting that who would have even imagined. Hey, Lena. Hello, Donna. So that's who I am tonight. I'm using quite a bit of things, actually. I'm using the Right Words stamp set. Now, I love these stamp sets for a couple of reasons. They're cling stamps, which is red rubber, and they stamp a really beautiful, crisp image. The only problem with cling stamps, at least for Stampin' Up!, is you have to build them. So they come with a sticker with the image, and then you have to line it up and put the sticker on. So that's the only thing I don't like about cling stamps, is building them, because let's be honest, I am a lazy crafter. Yes, Jennifer, 4 more hours. I know, I'm staying up late tonight. Hello, Janice. I'm so glad you got the box. I'm so glad you got it. Great. Oh, wait. Did you get it? Yes. I have to go back. You got it. Good. Hey, Jack. Nice to see you. I'm glad you kept the Christmas card. Hello, Alexina. I hope I'm saying that right, from Nova Scotia. So I love this because it's cling stamps, even though you have to build them, but cling stamps will be no more with Stampin' Up! They are not going to make these anymore. It's just going to be photopolymer, which is super simple and easy to use, so no big deal. But I'm going to have these in my stash forever, and what I love about them is they've got corresponding sentiments. So for example, I am using Sending Good Vibes Tonight on the front of the card, and there's a corresponding sentiment for the inside of the card that says, I know a good thing when I see it, and I see lots of good things in you. So I really like that saying, and I know that they are paired up because they have the same font. So Stampin' Up's made it really easy. All right, next. One of my very favorite die sets is Textured Notes dies. So I've just used this little one for the sentiment tonight. Now, if you don't have this die set, not a big deal. You can just cut your sentiment piece to 2¼ by 3/4 of an inch if you're using the same sentiment that I'm using. Next, I'm using the Sunshine Vibes dies. That's been collecting dust for ages. Hey, Kate from Virginia, and Lisa, thanks for tuning in. So look at all these fun rainbow pieces, right? So much fun. So I'm using that, and then I wanted some really small little flowers. Now there's a kit that Stampin' Up! Has. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's got a rainbow card that's very similar. That's where I got my color inspiration from, and there was flowers on that card. I want to know what it is. I feel like I need to tell you what it is. But anyway, I got my inspiration from a kit that you can get with Stampin' Up! Let me see if I can find it. And that's where I got the colors from. And I needed some flowers. Where the heck is it? Kits collection. Sorry, friends. I should write these things down before I get started. It's called Handmade and Heartfelt Kit. It's $44. It's got some really cute cards in it, but specifically a fun rainbow card with Secret Sea, Petal Pink, and Lost Lagoon. So that's where I got my inspiration from. I'm literally stealing a design out of a kit. And I don't even feel sorry about it. I'm not even sorry. Hey, Leanne, thanks for tuning in. So I wanted some little flowers to put on the card. So I pulled out the heart-shaped dies, which were in the last chance list, but last I checked, I don't think they're there anymore. So these are retired dies. But if you're trying to do something similar that I am making tonight and you don't have the heart-shaped dies, if you have any little flowers, even in your designer series paper or any other die, then they'll work beautifully. Or butterflies or whatever you want to use. So really simple for measurements tonight. I've got a 10th fold card base. This is just 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it at 5 1/2. I'm going to fold it right down the middle. And there it is. There's the card. Hello Card Cherry from Australia. 2 pieces of basic white, one's for the inside, one's for the outside. They are both 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I've got this little sentiment die cut that is, I wrote it down, I just said it, 2 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch. So what I'm going to do is some blending. Then I'm going to add to my rainbow. Now I went ahead and I cut out these dies with the adhesive backed foam sheets. I just have a little bit left. Yes. Oh, sorry. Foam adhesive sheets. So it's just like a big square of dimensionals, right? You just take the backing off one end, stick it on some cardstock, and then run it through your dies with your die machine, and then you make these puffy stickers. So that's what I did for these, but I will tell you, if you take a look at some of these pieces, I had to poke out all those holes and use tweezers. So I don't know if I would do that again. It was harder than I thought it was going to be. Hello, Sherry from Kansas and Jackie. Okay, so if you are crafting along, you are going to want to grab your ink pad and your blending brush. Now I'm going to use Lost Lagoon, and I am going to blend this color in on my both sheets actually of these of the designer series paper. Of course, I've already got ink on my finger, right? That's how I get card smudges all the time. All the time. All right, so I'm just going to ink up my brush. Now, if you want a light coverage, I would recommend that you start on paper and get some of that heavy ink off, and then gently start to blend on the paper that you want to add the color to. If you aren't so worried about light coverage, then you can also take some of the ink off on the glass mat, but I find it's a little bit darker when I add it to my paper versus me taking some of that color off on paper versus the glass mat. Hey Nancy from Maryland. So if that makes any sense. But I do want darker edges, so I'm just going to take off some of that ink on the glass mat, and then I'm going to blend the edges first, so the edges are going to be darker, and then I'm going to pull that color up. Now, if you decide you're going to use a glass mat to take some of that ink off, the plus side is you can keep picking up the ink and you don't waste any. Hello, Donna. Hello, Kathy. So that's the plus side. You can also do the same thing with the inside of your stamp pad as well. What I'm doing on the glass mat, you can also take off a little bit of ink right in the lid of your ink pad as well. So there's 3 different ways that I do it depending on what look I'm going for. So if I'm wanting a little bit darker on the edges, then I'll use my lid or my glass mat. But if I want really light, soft coverage, then I'm going to use my paper. Hello, Esther. Your first time here. Well, thanks for tuning in. So you can see I've got the edges quite a bit darker. And then the color is just kind of, I'm just going to pull it in, and I'm going to go around all the edges. I'm pulling in a bit of color, kind of willy-nilly. I just want my background to not be all white, right? Now, if I really want to darken up the edges, I would grab my sponge dauber and then just tap it into the ink pad and go around. You can see it gets really dark, and go around the edges of my card. Actually, I like that, so I'm going to do that. And I like the sound of the sponge dauber. Hello, Belinda. So Jennifer had made a comment that we got 4 hours. If you're wondering what we're talking about, Stampin' Up's releasing a crafty Advent calendar at midnight Mountain Time, which is 11 p.m. Pacific Time. Now, I don't know for sure. I never know for sure, but what I do know is that sometimes things sell out really quickly, especially holiday themed fun projects. Like we had a haunted house last year. You can still get it now, but when it first came out, it didn't last very long. It got snapped up. So I don't want to miss out. Jennifer doesn't want to miss out. And I'm staying up till 11 and I'm going to order myself a crafty Advent calendar. It's 12 days of crafting. I don't know if I'll be able to wait until December. Jennifer and I are going to have to keep in touch to see who caves first. If we can hold out, we'll see. So I'm just going to do the same thing to the inside piece. So if you're bored of my blending already, then now's a good time to make a tea or grab a snack, but be quick because it won't take me too long. Sue, watching from Australia. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Susan. Thanks for tuning in, friends. It's really nice to see everybody. I love it when you guys add comments. It makes me feel like we're actually chit-chatting. All right, so I've just added color darker around the edges, and then I'm just going to pull it in a little bit. And this one's going to be for the inside, so I'm not going to get too crazy, but I've just added a bit of color, and that's it. Now, I don't want to get ink anywhere, and I've got this little mess over here, so I'm just going to grab a rag and wipe that off. So let me know in the comments, did you know about this crafty Advent calendar that's coming? I know demonstrators have been talking about it. I think we're all on the same page that it's not going to be available for long. And I'm sure there's a lot of us who are going to be staying up late tonight. And I'm going to pay for it in the morning because I like sleep. I don't like staying up late, but I'm going to do it. So I've written down the item number for the Advent calendar. If you think you want to snap it up at midnight Mountain Time tonight, it's 167335. So if you're interested, it's right there. You can snap it up tonight. If you're like me and others, and we don't want to miss out. Now, I'm not saying it won't be available in the morning. I'm just saying I'm not risking it. So I've got the sending good vibes sentiment. I'm going to stamp that on my little die cut in Secret C. And let that dry for a second because dark colors seem to need a little extra time before you touch them so they're not so smudgy. Sherry, it'll be 1 a.m. where you are. Oh, that is pretty late. I don't know if I could stay up that late. I would try. I would be drinking coffee right now, actually. Now I'm just going to use the corresponding sentiment. I know a good thing when I see it. And I'm going to stamp that right in the middle of the inside layer. Now, see what I'm talking about? These cling stamps, they just do such a great job. I will miss them. I will miss them when they're gone. Okay, so both are dark. I'm just going to give them a second to dry. And while that's happening, let's add our rainbows. So now I used the adhesive back foam sheet. So these are essentially a puffy little sticker. I'm just going to pull the back off and stick the largest arch down in the middle of the card. Give or take, I'm kind of eyeballing it up. I'm eyeballing it. Hi, Kathy. Janice, staying up till 11 is no sweat for you. I know, you're a night owl. You're a night owl. Hello, Susan. I'm not a night owl, but I'm motivated. I'm going to do it. I've got a little bit of adhesive there, just scratching that off. Now, the next pieces, these are kind of like little ferns. There's other dies in the set, so you don't have to do the fancy pieces. They've just got the regular arches from a rainbow as well. I've got a mix of both in this selection, actually. Now, I will say that when I used the foam adhesive sheet for this, it was pretty finicky. I don't know if I'll do it again, but I know it's going to look really nice. So let's see. We'll see. It just took me a long time to pull out all those little pieces. I had to use my tweezers. And yeah, this one too. This got a little bit of adhesive left on the side, so yeah, a little more fuss than I like. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you use these foam adhesive sheets? If you do you love them? All right, so I've got these lined up. I'll do my next size. So they're a little bit pliable too. If you're not exactly perfect, you can bend them a little bit to make them fit just so, which is what I need to do with this one. I just need to bend it a little bit because I think I got my pink pieces too far away from the Secret Sea arch, but I'm the only one who's going to notice that. All right. So for some of you, I don't know if you're watching tonight, but there are some of you who live local to me and will be getting a crafty Advent calendar through me because I can pick up for you. So you don't have to stay up late. That's a benefit, right? And there's also some of you I'm going to be sending a shopping link to right at 11:01 to make it easy for you. So when you get up in the morning, you can grab yourself, hopefully, an Advent calendar. I'm just poking out some of these little foam pieces that I didn't get out with my tweezers on the first go round. See what I mean? Finicky little, I don't know what to call this, finicky little arch. Jackie, you love the forest green. I think you're talking about this. It's called Lost Lagoon. You have to see it in real life, in person, and it looks more like a soft, kind of grayish blue. That just means you need to get on a plane and come see me. Mike's, well, anyway, we'll talk about it. All right. Oh, I got a little piece of adhesive that's still in the way. Yeah, they're finicky, but I like it. I just don't know if I'll do it again. We'll see. We'll see. All right, rainbow is on. Lisa says the foam sheets are great for shaker cards. Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah, Jennifer, it is midnight for you. Well, good luck, friend. I'm sure we're both going to be fine and get our Advent calendars, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on the front of the card, but I want some linen thread, so I'm just going to grab some tear and tape. I have a plan. Let's see, where's the end of this? Oh, Lisa, the foam strips. Yeah, they do work good. They do work good. And foam strips, and I think the foam adhesive sheets as well, they're a little bit taller than dimensionals. I found this out when I was trying to stack flowers on my sample card. They're just a little bit taller than dimensionals, which honestly annoys me. I don't want things to be different heights on my card, so I feel like the adhesive foam sheets and the strips need to be the same height as a dimensional. Maybe is that just me? Hello, Vicky from Australia. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Now, in Australia, you're ahead of us. So does that mean that you can already order the Advent calendar, Vicky? Because you are a day ahead, right? It is, if it's Monday here, it's Tuesday where you're at. Okay, so I've added some tear and tape. I've just put a piece of the linen thread on one side. It's just going to hold it down so I can wrap my twine around. I'm going to wrap it twice because I love my linen thread. I love it. I actually got mossy meadow and old olive thread too. I don't have the packs handy, but here's the, what did I say? Mossy meadow? No, old olive and early espresso. It's in, I can't remember if it's an online exclusive or in the mini catalog, but I love it. I love it. I love linen thread. It's, just love it. It's live in Australia. Oh no, we got, you guys might buy up all the Advent calendars. All right, the pressure is on. I've just added some tear and tape to the back over top of the linen thread to keep it even more secure. Oh shoot, I'm out of the camera view. Sorry. I tend to get away from myself and then I'm not even paying attention to where my hands are. Just have to yell at me, all right? You gotta yell at me when I do that, and then perhaps I'll pick up that I'm not in camera view. All right, now adding some glue to the back. Now, the one thing about adding the tear and tape, I have less wiggle room because tear and tape is super sticky, super sticky. So I want to try to get this aligned right off the get-go because I'm not going to be able to slide it around with the tear and tape. The pressure, the pressure. All right. Okay, so here we go. Base is on the card, looking pretty good. I think this is just so fun. I really do. But I like rainbows, right? I like rainbows. I should have been using this in August or July or way sooner. Okay, so now I've got my sending good vibes and I am going to stack that over the bottom edge. Wait, am I? Just at the bottom edge of the rainbow. Now, the problem is if I use dimensionals, they're going to be just a little, not quite as tall as these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue this on to the ends of the rainbow, like so. I should have brought my ribbon up just a smidge, or my thread up, but it's fine. We'll go with it. All right. Janice, you're envious of the large tombow. Michael's friend got it at Michael's. I think I even got it 30% off with their coupon. So I just want to add a little bit of color. I've got the sponge dauber in the Secret Sea, and I'm going to add some dark Secret Sea right to the edge of my sentiment. Nothing too fancy. It's just going to help that sentiment pop out a little bit more and grab the recipient's eye, right? So they can see that it's a good vibes only card. All right, get that out of the way. And that's another thing I actually should order today when I get the Advent Calendar is glue, because this is the last one that I have. I feel a little antsy when I'm on my last bottle of glue. It doesn't feel good to me. It feels like it's a craft catastrophe, a potential craft astrophe. All right, I'm adding tear and tape again to the back side of the sentiment. I am grabbing some more linen thread. I've got 2 rolls in this little bag, and when you get 2 rolls in there and you do that little trick that I showed you where you put one end out, zip up your bag and just have one end free, when you have 2 rolls in there, it doesn't work as well. It's unfortunate, actually. All right, so I'm just going to tie this in a bow with some relatively, try that again, bigger loops, because I'm going to just stack this. I'm going to stack it right behind the sentiment. So I just want my bows to be bigger so they pop out. I think that looks good. Let's see. Let's try. Oops, it would help if I took the backing off. Yeah, Janice said it's a horrid feeling when you're almost out of glue. Yeah, you know, right? You should have like glue DoorDash for emergencies. I suppose there could be, right? Somebody out there must do that. All right, I'm just going to add the bow to the back, see what it looks like. I like it. And then I'm going to just add a smidge of glue onto my rainbow, simply because I do not like the dimensionals being a little bit shorter than my rainbow. On my sample card that I made last night, I discovered that that was the case, and I didn't love it. I'm quite particular. All right, so I'm just going to press that down for a second. Hey, Jeanette, you're new and you've watched a few times, so I'm glad to hear that. Susan, I can't wait to see this card if you make it. I would love it if you shared. Oh, I'm a little bit crooked. All right. Okay, whoops. See, at least the good thing with the glue, the tear and tape is just below the ends of the rainbow, so I am able to reposition that, no problem. Handy, handy. Jennifer, it gets cold where you are and your glue freezes and then the glue is no good. Oh yeah, that would irritate me. You know, Kathy, I think if I stack the dimensionals, it might I should try that actually. Maybe that solves the problem. Yeah, I'll try that next time. Thank you. That's a great tip. That's a great tip. All right, so I've got lots of little flowers and leaves. I cut the flowers out of Petal Pink and the leaves out of Secret Sea. And somewhere in my mess, here they are, I have got my mini dimensionals. So these little flower die cuts from the heart-shaped dies, if you ended up getting these, they were a celebration item last January, and then they were in the last chance list for a while. Oops. All right, let's try it now. Actually, let's try it now because I kind of want to stack this one so it's offset a little bit with the edge of that rainbow. So I'm just going to line up two mini dimensionals. Let's see what happens. Not bad. It's just a smidge taller. Just a smidge taller. Jeanette from Oklahoma. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Jennifer, you got 8 glues on hand right now? Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. All right. So it's a little too tall. I know this is killing me. I'm gonna carefully remove these. I'm just gonna go with one dimensional because it's the lazy factor, friends. I don't want to stack all these tiny little flowers so they're all the same height. So starting over, just gonna put that right there, and then I'll build it out with a pink flower. And mini dimensionals, if you're careful with these tiny little die cuts, they fit perfectly in the middle, which is nice. I'll stick this one right here, and then I'm going to glue this one, a pink one, I think. I'll glue a pink one down, like so. Okay, now before I glue, I'm going to add some bling. And I've got one of my favorites, Rhinestone Basic Jewels. I use these all the time, actually. I love them. I'm just going to put a little one in here, and then I'm going to pop a big one right in the middle of this pink flower. And then I'm going to add just the tiniest little bit of glue right here and glue down another pink flower, like so. Okay, let that stick for a second. And then, what do I got? I got some more flowers, so I'm just going to keep adding because why wouldn't I, right? Why wouldn't I? I'm just going to glue this one down on the edge of my sentiment. And just going to carefully glue that down so I don't cover up the word good vibes. And it needs one more. Because how many I got? 4? Yeah, I got to put one more on. One more right in the corner. I'll use a dimensional for this one. Oh, there I go again, off camera. I'm so forgetful. All right, here we go. And then gems. All right, we're almost done. Right there. And here. And a big one. Because why not, right? Why not? All right, front of the card is done. I really like this. I think it's beautiful. But I might be biased, friends. I might be biased. Now, inside and the card is done. So, what is coming next? Before August, I used to do card class at home, and I would feature usually a bundle for an entire month. And then August, I got out of that for a little bit just because I was really busy with camping and holidays and things like that. And then I jumped into mini series and background techniques and 5-minute fun pulls. So now I've decided I'm gonna get back into the card class at home on Thursday evenings. And this month I'm gonna feature, where is it? The Amber. Well, I shouldn't say this month. Starting Thursday and into October, I will be featuring the Amber Autumn bundle, the stamps and the dies. I've already got some cards designed, which are amazing. So the free card class is happening Thursday evenings 7 p.m. Pacific time, starting this Thursday. We'll start with the first project in this card. And I've also designed an exclusive set, 3 designs using this bundle that is going to, I haven't decided what I'm doing with it. If I'm going to do some sort of like a card kit club or a customer appreciation thing, I don't know. So that I need to figure out and decide if I want to do like a card kit club where, you know, people sign up and they get kits to make and paper and ribbon and bling, or if it's just a customer special, right? So I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think. If you've done card kit clubs with other demonstrators, if you love them, if you hate them, or if you prefer the type of, because I know demonstrators do all sorts of things, right? They do all sorts of things. And some people do card clubs every month where they feature a bundle. They send you products like papers, ribbon, and gems to make the projects with, and the card kits. And also I know some demonstrators just do exclusive classes or kits when you order. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because I can't make up my mind. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. So I'm just gluing down these teeny tiny little secret sea leaves randomly wherever I think that they need to go, tucking them in where they're going to fit, because I've got dimensionals down too. So if the dimensionals are in the way, then it's easy enough just to snip the bottom off these leaves and get them tucked in exactly where you want them. All right, I think that's it. Oh, I've got one more leaf set. I just don't know if I'm going to add it. Let's see. I'm going to move my ribbon out of the way, my thread. I'm going to tuck this in here. It's so finicky. I can't even get a hold of it. It doesn't want the leaves to go here. That's what it's telling me. It doesn't want it doesn't want me to take away from the beauty of the linen thread. All right, I think I can squish in these last 2 lonely little leaves. Let's do it. Just like so. All right, well, I think we're done. There we go. Good vibes only card. I absolutely love it. And this is the sample I did last night. Same, but different. Oops. The colors are, I just started with the Petal pink first and then alternated the colors, and then the card base itself is Petal pink, but the background is exactly the same as what we did tonight. Just on a Petal pink card base. All right, I'm gonna flip the camera around. Let me see. All right, so that is it for tonight. I hope you really enjoyed these fun little cards. I think that they're happy and cute, and I should have been using this ages ago. I should have done a card class at home with it. So stay tuned for the feature card club at home, totally free, happening Thursdays into October with the Amber Autumn Suite. And yeah, so for Canadian friends, let me know what you think. Do you love card clubs where you get papers, ribbon, bling, videos, and PDFs and card kits, or do you just prefer to shop and get a customer appreciation gift with the card kits and the videos and the PDF? They're ready. I got the cards designed. They're ready. I just got to decide what to do with them. So I do like doing customer appreciation gifts. That's really easy. I mean, I'm happy to package up paper and ribbon and bling and send them in a nice big package so you can open them up and craft along at your own pace. That's great too. I love getting Happy Mail. I totally do. But I also like to pick my own craft supplies. This is why I can't decide what to do. So I'll decide by Thursday. All right, stay tuned. But if you have an opinion, I'd love to hear it. So the 2 options that I'm thinking about doing for the exclusive Amber Autumn class, which is different from the free card class at home. They're different designs. 2 options that I'm playing with. One is a monthly card kit type of membership, I guess, where you sign up and I'm going to send you paper, ribbon, and bling card kits to make the projects, PDF tutorials, and video instruction. Alternatively, you're my customer, you shop my store, for a minimum order, and then I just send you the card kits and the videos and the PDFs, and you make the projects. So that's kind of what I'm playing with. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for tuning in. Advent Calendar goes live tonight at midnight Mountain Time, which is 11 p.m. Pacific. I am staying up, so send me a message if you're up too, and we can, be tired together. If you're local and you can pick up from me, it's not too late to get in on my group order. And if you're in Canada and cannot pick up from me, but you would love to order through my store and get my customer appreciation gift for the month of September, then shoot me a message and I'm going to send you a link to purchase the Advent kit at like 11:01 Pacific time. But if you're catching this on a replay and you're interested in the Advent Calendar, even though I'm nervous that it's going to sell out, I don't know. So if you're catching this on a replay and you're interested, then shoot me a message anyway, and let's fingers crossed that there's lots and lots of kits so nobody misses out. All right, I think that's it for tonight. Thank you very much. Hey, Karen, I see you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. In a little bit, I'm going to post pictures of these projects. If you craft along, you don't need to use rainbow dyes, just something big in the focal point, right? It doesn't have to be these rainbow dyes. I understand not everybody has the sunshine vibes. So whatever you make based on this type of design, I'm going to post a picture and I'd love to see what you make. So put that picture in the comments. Lorene, I've got a note already that I will be sending you the link at 11:01 p.m. Pacific. I got you, friend. I got you. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see everybody again Thursday night. I hope you have a great evening. And if you're catching this on a replay, say hello. Tell me where you're from. See you all soon.